Good morning. My name is Patricia Maybury and my business is the Etiquette Suite where manners meet success. This morning I would love to show you how to elegantly hold your teacup and saucer. So I have my lovely teacup here and we note it has a lovely foot at the end of it and it has this lovely little handle. So to hold your teacup correctly, you use your index finger and your thumb and you pinch between the handle, you support with your other fingers and no pinkies out. Keep your pinkies in. So your index and your thumb through the handle, support with your other fingers and no pinkies out. Then we rest our cup back down on our saucer again. Now I'll just show you when we're pouring out the cup of tea. So I like to use tea leaves. So I have my tea strainer here and this is my teapot. We put our two fingers here on this little piece on top of the teapot and this is known as the finial of the teapot. So I'm just going to pour my tea and all the little errant tea leaves will be cut in my tea strainer. And we just remove and leave it there nice and pretty. And I don't take milk in my tea, but I do take a little bit of lemon, and anything you add to your tea, you add afterwards. So honey, milk, sugar, or your slice of lemon is all added after the hot water, after the hot tea is poured in. If you were to add your sugar, I have my lovely sugar cubes here. And when I'm presenting, I love to have brown and white sugar cubes because I think it's lovely presentation wise. If you're adding your sugar and you want to dissolve it, you take your teaspoon and if you imagine the face of the cup like the clock on the wall, with a little light wrist movement, you just do 12, 6, 12, 6, 12, 6 to stir your sugar, to dissolve it. At no stage do you clink, clink, clink around the cup, clockwise or anti-clockwise, and you certainly don't do that. When you're finished stirring your tea, you rest your teaspoon parallel with the handle of your cup, which is at around 3 p.m. on the clock. When you take your little drink of tea, you just look into the cup, you don't look around you, you look into the cup and put it back down. As I'm here in a low table, this is like an afternoon tea setting, you would actually hold your teacup and saucer in your hand like this, just at chest height, and drink like this. For your regular dining table height table, you just lift the cup and leave the saucer on the table. Going back historically, just a nice note to know, when people would say tea first or milk first, it was a society class distinction thing, which probably isn't very pleasant to say, but it certainly was in olden times. If you took your milk first, it meant you were of a lower class because the drinking vessels of that time were made out of pottery, and should the hot water have gone into the cup first, it would have dissipated the pottery, and that was for the people of a lower class. And those in the large houses, the gentry, they had the lovely china, so they were able to withstand the hot temperature of the hot water for the tea. And incidentally, boiling water is not ideal for your cup of tea. It should be 95 degrees Celsius. So generally tea in first, then milk. But for health and safety, I always recommend, if you're dealing with little young ones or the elderly or the infirm, milk should be in first. And remember, manners are ageless, classless and priceless. Thank you. So hello folks, I'm just going to show you now how to elegantly enter and exit a vehicle. So we're going to imagine this is my lovely car here and I open my car door. If I had my little tote bag, I would place it down here in the footwell of the car, and if I had my little clutch bag, I would just put it on the far side of the seat. So to get into the car, ladies, we open the car door and we stand with our backs to this chair like this, to the seat of the car, and we imagine at all times that we have a rubber band around our knees and ankles. We must always keep our ankles and knees together to avoid that dreaded paparazzi shot. So I'm here standing with my feet on the curb, the door is open, and with one move I sit down on the chair like this, and then with conviction in one go I just swiftly move my feet over to go in the footwell of the car. Then I'm grand and comfy here, put on my seatbelt and everything is super. To exit the vehicle, it's in reverse. So we open the car door and then I just jimmy out slightly to the side of the chair and with conviction again, swing around my legs and exit the vehicle.